Hello, here's that video of me answering questions like I promised you on Monday. It is now Wednesday, and it is now 27, and I'm only just actually filming this. I'm very sorry. Um, okay, let's just get to it. First things first, my Dungeons and Dragons cred. I started playing back in the beginning of no, I don't know how long it had been into fourth ed, but I started playing at fourth edition, which was I liked fourth ed, and I played it for a long time. And the only character I've ever had at max level was a fourth ed character, which was an Infernal Pact Warlock called Scourge. Johnny took a lot of influence from that when making his character, obviously, as I told him about Scourge and his adventures. Um, I've been playing for about 2.5 years now. Loving the 5th edition rule set, and I'm probably going to be getting the Dungeon Master's Guide this week at some point. Once my credit card gets sorted out. Long story. So my D&D credit, I've been playing for two to 3 years now. I've run loads of campaigns. I've been involved in a lot of campaigns as a player. I definitely prefer playing to being a dungeon master. That's just personal preference though. My favourite class race is Half-Elf Paladin. They are just the master race. It's the way forward. It just is. Or I made a character recently for we're using the Fredgod rule set, but for a Star Wars themed one, made a character who's actually probably the most balanced character I could have ever possibly made. He's got pretty good stats, pretty good armor, 2 levels fighter, 1 level rogue. Again, we're starting him at level 3. But Fred, why did you start Johnny's character at level 3? I made Johnny's character at level 3 because a first level character in 5th edition D&D can get killed with one shot. Johnny has, I think, 13 cons, so he has +1. Warlocks get, I think, 5 + 1 hit points. Yeah, so he'd have about no, he'd have like 8 or 9 hit points, meaning that if a guy with a long sword walked over to him who had at least a +1 to hit and just rolled max damage, Johnny's now dead and isn't going to get up. First level characters are so squishy in this edition that I felt I have to make we'd have to start it with a character above level 1. Level 1 characters are just too weak. You want to make a character that's this epic hero, but you just can't because they have 8 hit points and a guy with a longsword can just jab you when you fall over dead. Especially in a solo campaign, you have to be very careful in solo campaigns with what you do, which fights you pick, which fights you avoid, and how you avoid fights. So that's why I made him at level 3. Bottom line, he's too weak. It wouldn't have been fun for me or him having a character so easy to kill. Let's have a look. Why did I make this series? Well, I shall combine this with how did I make the map as well. I made this series because heavy influence from Roleplay D&D over on IPME I've been watching that since the very beginning, and I've watched all of it. I love roleplay. I love roleplay solemn. I'm obsessed with it. And it's when Koibu started doing his solo campaign, Dicing with Death, that I thought I'd like to do something like that as well. I've done solo campaigns in the past, but by that I mean recording it and filming it and put it online for people to watch. I know all 4 of you that watch these videos might enjoy them, or you're watching them because I've made you watch them. Either way, that's why I made the series. How I made the map actually started with a Halloween one-off adventure that was meant to last 2 or 3 sessions, ultimately ending on Halloween, which had the party in Ashenholt killing vampires. There are no vampires in Ashenholt now because I had to redo the whole story for this because Johnny would metagame that. I know he would. I would. I definitely metagame. I would go there and immediately start looking for vampires. I have a real issue with metagaming, which is why I don't like to know anything about a campaign before I go into it, because the moment I know things about it, I cannot help myself. I have a problem. So in this setting, there are no vampires in Ashenholt, sadly. There are vampires not in Ashenholt. And basically, I had just sort of the town just just west of Ashenholt. I can't remember what it is right now off the top of my head. And they were travelling west east into Ashenholt to deliver some goods. When they get there, the bridge breaks, and Johnny played this campaign, and his character was essentially Deadpool. He was a pseudo superhero, Blade for hire, who in the second session killed another player by dropping an ox on his head. Yeah, that happened. And I love Johnny's playstyle with that character, but my favourite character from that session is my friend Lindsay's character, who is like an alcoholic cleric. I love the alcoholic cleric vibe. My hair is just not doing what I want it to do, so 1 second. There we go, that'll do. So I made this because I love Johnny's playstyle as a player with that character, and I thought, let's take him out of his comfort zone because he always plays good guys. Let's make him play an evil character. So me and him spoke for a while about doing the session, and I kind of pushed him towards wanting to play an evil character, not specifically a tiefling warlock, but he went that way because I think he originally just wanted to play a tiefling, and he asked me what classes are good for tieflings, and I said, oh, well, charisma-based classes like bards or clerics, or sorry, not clerics, bards or warlocks. Warlocks, I was like, yeah, well, spellcaster could be fun. So we made Chaon, chaotic evil, not chaotic evil, lawful evil, infernal pact, warlock of the chain. That's him. Back to the map. So I had this map, which was just the town, the river, which was the town, Ashenholt, and the river bend going round it with the castle of Ashenholt on the other side. And I thought, I only built it that way because I needed the way to trap the players in this setting with a way that they can't just get out and go off searching the rest of the world. So it was this tiny map that I trapped them in, and I just, through boredom, tried about on Photoshop, just adding more to it, and eventually got the world map that we have now, and I'm probably going to keep adding more to it as I go on. In fact, if you watch week 2, you will notice there are some differences in what I've added, what I've taken. I don't think I've taken anything away, but I've definitely added to it to expand it a little bit. So I hope that sort of vaguely answers some questions that people may or may not have had about the series. Just to clarify, just to redo everything, my D&D cred, been playing D&D for a good while now. Played 4th Ed, moved on to 5th Ed, love 5th Ed. Made the series because it hit me, JP, and Koibu's solo adventure, and I've always wanted to do something like that, and I love solo campaigns. I think solo campaigns are the best campaigns. Why did I start joining at level 3? Because level 1s die in one shot, so level 3 it is. How did I make the map? I had a map of a town and a village, and I started expanding it through boredom. Yay, quick summaries. Yay.